If you're shopping while working, eating, or even listening to this podcast, then you know and love the thrill of a deal. But are you getting the deal and cash back? Rakuten shoppers do. They get the brands they love, savings, and cash back. And you can get it too. Start getting cash back at your favorite stores like Levi's, Plow and Hearth, Adidas, Sephora, and Neiman Marcus. Stack sales on top of cash back and feel what it's like to know you're maximizing the savings. And it's easy to use. And you get your cash back sent to you through PayPal or check. The idea is simple. Stores pay Rakuten for sending them shoppers, and Rakuten shares the money with you as cash back. Download the free Rakuten app or go to Rakuten.com to start saving today. It's the most rewarding way to shop. That's Rakuten. Rakuten.com.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hidden in the fog-draped hills of Northern California lies the Emerald Triangle, a region notorious for its shadowy underworld of illegal marijuana cultivation, rampant meth and heroin production, and the chilling lore of Murder Mountain. But behind the scenic wilderness and laid-back exterior, it harbors darker secrets. Among them is the saga of the Humboldt Five, 5 women who vanished under mysterious circumstances, their cases threaded together by eerie similarities and unsettling silence. In January 2014, a devoted mother of 2 disappeared after confiding in her sister about the violent relationship she was trapped in with a man who had a history of assault and a chilling connection to another missing woman. Her belongings were later found untouched in a storage unit, her purse still holding her cash and ID, as if she had never planned to leave. Years passed with no answers, until a femur bone surfaced near the Eel River in 2019 and was confirmed to belong to her. The cause of death remains unknown, but the silence surrounding her fate is deafening. Welcome to Without a Trace. I'm your host, Jolynn. Every file holds a mystery. Every story deserves to be heard. This is Sheila's story. This is our 4th episode in a 5-episode series about the Humboldt Five, a group of women who have been clumped together as young women who all have similar looks, similar backstories, and have gone missing in the same area. Their cases span between the 1990s and 2014. Sheila Franks was the 4th disappearance in the Humboldt Five. Sheila was born on July 19, 1976. Not much is known about Sheila and her life. Her case is the least documented of the Humboldt Five. She was described as a strong woman. She was 37 years old at the time of her disappearance. She was previously divorced and had 2 children, both sons. A few months prior to her disappearance, Sheila began dating Jim Jones. Sheila knew Jim growing up as they both grew up in Humboldt County and went to school together. She reconnected with Jim after her marriage ended, and she began living with him in his home in Rio Dell. Sheila's relationship with Jim appears to have been fraught with violence. On multiple occasions, Sheila told her sister, Melissa, that she wanted to leave Jim but couldn't because she was afraid he would hurt her family. Melissa saw many signs of trouble in the relationship. She recalls that once Sheila said to her, "Well, Jimmy and I got into a fight and he punched me, gave me a black eye." Jim was born on July 30th, 1973. He spent most of his life in Humboldt County in California. He has previous convictions for felony-level assaults, domestic violence, and drugs. Early in the morning of February 2nd, 2014, Sheila sent a text to her youngest son, something that she did quite often. Her family says that Sheila was in constant contact with both of her sons. However, that constant contact suddenly halted. Sheila's family hadn't heard from her in the last month and a half. Unable to get in touch with Sheila and fearing the worst, her mother reported her missing on February 19th. On March 13th, the Fortana Police Department forwarded the missing person report to the Humboldt County Sheriff's Office. Sheila was last seen in Eureka on January 11th, 2014. Sheila's family methodically combed areas of Humboldt County looking for any clue. Canine handlers brought out several dogs to search for Sheila, but nothing was found. Sheila's sister, Melissa, found all of Sheila's belongings in a storage unit, including her purse with her cash and credit card still inside, as well as her birth certificate and marriage certificate. When questioned by police on her whereabouts, Jim said that Sheila decided to go for a walk, and the last time he saw her was when she was at the end of the road. She simply never came back. Up until this point, the disappearances in Humboldt County hadn't been connected to one another. Perhaps because so many people continue to go missing in the county. In February of 2018, North Coast Journal reported that 717 people per 100,000 go missing in Humboldt County every year. This is significant compared to California's state annual of just 384 people per 100,000. Not long after Sheila's disappearance, Danielle Bertolini also went missing. She was last seen getting into a car with Jim Jones on February 9, 2014. As details from both cases emerged, it became clear that Danielle and Sheila's cases were connected, and the two families teamed up to locate them. For several days, the family searched multiple areas. On March 9, 2015, a skull was found in the Blue Side area north of Rio Dell. A Blue Side Road resident was cutting a new ATV path through bush when he saw something, round and white. The resident stated he visits the site often, so he believed the skull couldn't have been there long, and believed it was washed down shore from Eel River. The resident called his find into the county coroner's office. The deputy coroner confirmed the remains are human, but could not identify the sex, age, or ethnic background of the deceased. The area was searched for additional remains, but no other human remains were found. With the help of the department's anthropologist, the skull was identified and it did not belong to Sheila. The search for Sheila continued. On June 10, 2019, a citizen located what was believed to be a human bone. The bone was found near the mouth of the Eel River and was delivered to the coroner's office. Investigators once again combed the area for more remains, but none were found. The bone was first examined by anthropologists before being sent to the Department of Justice Bureau of Forensic Services lab in Richmond, California for DNA testing. The sheriff's office had previously secured DNA samples from Sheila's family members, and that was used in the comparisons. In September of 2019, it was confirmed the bone was in fact a femur that belonged to Sheila. The cause and manner of Sheila's death is undetermined at this time. The case is not labeled homicide, however, it is suspicious and is being investigated accordingly. Since 2019, there have been no advancements in Sheila's case. Jim Jones was arrested on March 3, 2024 for misdemeanor possession of methamphetamines, misdemeanor possession of a switchblade knife, and felony stalking. On March 1, 2024, at about 8:50 p.m., deputies from Humboldt County Sheriff's Office responded to a report of a male subject who was reportedly loitering and making odd comments to a local business owner. Upon arrival, deputies located the male subject, and he was identified as Del Rio resident, 50-year-old James Jones. He was advised of the complaint and asked to leave the area. On March 2nd, at about 8:21 p.m., the Humboldt County Sheriff's Communication Center received another call from the same business owner who was reporting the subject had returned and was loitering outside the business once again. Jones left the area prior to the deputies' arrival. The deputies contacted the business owner and provided her information on how to obtain a restraining order. On March 3rd, at about 6:18 p.m., Humboldt County Sheriff's Office dispatch received another call from the same business owner. She reported that she was currently at her residence and did not feel comfortable going to her store as Jones was standing there in the parking lot waiting for her. A few minutes later, dispatch received a 911 call from her stating Jones was now standing outside her residence. Upon arrival, deputies contacted Jones, and after further investigation, Jones was taken into custody for stalking, possession of a switchblade knife, and possession of methamphetamine. He is currently in custody at the Sierra Conservation Center in Jamestown, California. Thank you for listening to Without a Trace. I hope you enjoyed our deep dive into Sheila's disappearance. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe and follow Without a Trace on social media. Join me next week as I dive into another case.